Hello gentlemen traders and investors. Information and analytical service is in touch Guru.Markets. Thank you for paying attention to us. Dear viewer, I kindly ask you to give your thumbs up in advance. Your like is very necessary for the development of the channel Guru.Markets. Now let's compare the company's current performance. ASANA Inc., ticker ASAN. This review was created using data that was current as of June 26, 2024. By classification Guru.Markets Corporation ASANA Inc. ASAN belongs to the subcategory Soft Internet. 41 companies participate in the assessment. This is very representative. Let's start with general information about the company. Let's study each parameter in more detail a little further. If you want, you can pause the video. We invite you to study all the indicators of the company in question more carefully. Access to the table with the structure of company tickers is free. Thank you for your repost and other support. It all greatly helps the work. Market capitalization of the company ASANA Inc. valued at $2.89 billion. Market capitalization of the subcategory is $158 billion. ASANA Inc. ASAN accounts for a share of 1.831%. It is one of the small companies in the subcategory. The company's balance sheet capitalization is $0.19 billion. And the balance sheet capitalization of the subcategory is $39 billion. ASANA Inc. constitutes a share of 0.5%. Having compared the shares of the exchange and book value, we will see the following. Share ASANA Inc. ASAN in the subcategory in case of market capitalization assessment is 1.831%. The book value is 0.5%, which is 73% less than the share of market value. Assessment of the company's share of the market and book value of the subcategory. Bad, -1 point. The financial liabilities of the organization under study amount to $0.17 billion. Debt to book capitalization represents 89.5% of the company's capital. Rating based on the level of the company's debt obligations. Tolerable, 0 points. The ratio of a company's stock market value to its profit is 0. With an average of 0 for the subcategory. Assessment of the company's stock price to its profit in comparison with companies in the subcategory. Very bad, -2 points. Profit for the last 12 months was -$259 million. Forward earnings for the next 12 months are unknown, which is very bad for the company. Assessment of expected future profit indicators in comparison within the subcategory. Bad, -1 point. The company's price-to-sales ratio is 4.3. The average in the subcategory is 4.7, which is 9% lower than in the subcategory. An assessment of the company's stock price-to-revenue ratio in comparison with indicators in the subcategory. Good, 0.5 points. Revenue for the last 12 months was $670 million. Future revenue for the next 12 months is unknown. This is very negative for the company. Assessment of projected future revenue in comparison with the indicators of companies in the subcategory. Bad, -1 point. If you are interested in such analytics, in this case, I kindly ask you to subscribe to our analytics and click on the bell. The sales margin is -38.6%, with the average in the subcategory -4%. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 34.5%. Assessment of marginality in comparison with the indicators of companies in the subcategory. Tolerable, -0.5 points. The company's share by number of personnel by subcategory is 2.357%. This is a 29% increase in market capitalization share. This fact shows the discrepancy between the current market value of the organization ASANA Inc., probably towards underestimation. The amount of capital for each employee of the company is equal to $1,572,000. And in the subcategory there are $2,023,000. The difference between the subcategory average and the organization's performance is 22.3%. Estimation of the amount of company capital per employee in comparison with the indicators of subcategory companies. Good, 0.5 points. The amount of profit per employee is $0,000. Average in the subcategory, -$17,500. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is $18,000. Estimation of profit per employee in comparison with the indicators of companies in the subcategory. Tolerable, -0.5 points. The share of revenue per company employee is $365,000. By subcategory $432,000. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 18%. Estimation of revenue per individual employee in comparison with the indicators of companies in the subcategory. Tolerable, -0.5 points. Shares for sale correspond to 15.4%, with a subcategory average of 4.8%. This is an assessment of the possible risk of a short squeeze. Indicator RSI, 14, shows a level of 44% for the company ASANA Inc. For the subcategory, the RSI level, 14, is approximately 45%. Potentially, securities of the subcategory are quoted in the same way as shares ASANA Inc. Comparing the price movement of a company's shares ASANA Inc., ASAN, and subcategory shares. We see that over 12 months the company's shares ASANA Inc. showed a change of -43.7%. Against price dynamics in the subcategory -17.7%. This does not say anything clearly, but it is necessary to keep this fact in mind. Result: -5.5 out of 10 points. The average result for the subcategory is 0.6 points. If you look very broadly, within the entire US market in aggregate, you can see that the average score for the US stock market in the aggregate is 0.4 points. Against a score of -5.5 points for ASANA Inc. Let's look at the table of orders. It is available to you. A link to it is in the pinned comment. The order table contains all publicly made decisions by the information and reference system Guru.Markets. Access to the order table is free and free. Link in pinned comment. Based on the analysis of securities ASANA Inc. Guru.Markets. Open a deal for a reason ASANA Inc. This is one of the most overvalued companies in the subcategory. Please be reminded June 2, 2024. We published an order, ticker AEYE. Evaluation Information System Guru. Markets, the following decision was made on this order. Close the deal. The final profit was 29.1%. Thank you all very much for watching this video and for using the information and reference System.GURU.Markets. You all really are the most excellent audience.